We'll start off with our top focus of the day. The encounter between terrorists and security forces seems far from over, with firing resuming earlier today. Headlines today was at the front line when heavy firing resumed. This is, remember, after the army began flushing out operations after killing 4 militants last night. According to the latest information, up to 3 militants are still said to be holed up inside the army bunker they occupied last morning. Another civilian died today, taking the total death toll to 5. And 3 soldiers have been martyred and an equal number of terrorists have been killed till now. The encounter began more than 24 hours ago, with several terrorists slipping in from across the international border and entering a vacated bunker. They began firing at civilians and soldiers, and terrorists are using AK-47 rifles while the army is retaliating using rocket launchers. Ashwini now joining us on the phone line with more. Ashwini, you brought us a ground report from the Arnia sector. We understand that fresh firing has in fact resumed between the army and the terrorists.
Yes, for the last 28 hours, the operation is still continuing, and intermittent firing is coming from the Pakistani. Only they have taken again shelter in the another abandoned bunker in the village, and Pakistani militants are firing with the AK-47, and the army is using rocket launchers and heavy machines fire, and even the small tanks were kept on alert. If they will not be successful in the neutralizing the militant, then they can use these tanks there in the stand-up position, and they will be inside the village. But we have a report here, intelligence report, that 2 to 3 militants are still inside the village, and they may have taken the different directions. But there was information earlier that one militant was live, but the way the fire is coming from the bunkers, that means 2 to 3 militants are still inside, and but after 10-20 minutes there is a single fire from the militant. They are not using their fire continuously because of the ammunition they want to save, and the army is using heavy machinery to neutralize the militant. The whole village has been vacated, and people have been told not to come towards the village. And army commandos and CRPF and police SOG party, they are inside the village, and they are searching the militants. Yeah.
Ashwini Kumar, thank you so much for bringing us that update. This is as heavy firing resumes in Arnia. Ashwini, if you're still with us, we have been talking to a couple of defense experts, and what they've actually been reiterating actually throughout this entire encounter is that the army has been caught napping, because the fact that they have to go now and retrieve armor is not a good sign. Yeah, the way the operation is still continuing, and it is 28 hours, but army wants the time at least. They don't want to kill their soldiers or the civilians, so that is the reason up to 5:30 they have a time. And before dark, they have to complete the operation. But the way fire is coming from the militant side, it is not a single fire. It is not a one militant. And there is a speculation that 2 to 3 militants are there. And yesterday also the village witnesses, those people have seen the militant. They said it is 7 to 10 militants were seen. But yesterday the army and the people said that only 4 militants were seen and 3 were neutralized. And one was also fired late in the evening. But his whereabouts and body has not recovered. Till now, even though they have killed 3 to 4 militants, but body has not been retrieved, but because the army said that they may have some grenades with them, and if they want to retrieve the body, there can be a blast their side. So they want to save their soldier, not to more casualties should not be there. That is the reason the operation is lingering. Yeah. Ashwini Kumar, thank you so much for bringing us that update. Remember, this is his headlines today. Is at Ground Zero, bringing you the latest Pak's Arnia ambush. The firing is in fact continuing in the sector, as a fresh firing has in fact started, with terrorists hitting out at the army.